On to you, Aries. Happy holidays. So you have the High Priestess, the Three of Cups, and then you, Aries, actually have the Temperance. So the situation for you, Aries, is that the High Priestess and the Three of Cups and the Temperance, right, speaks to how a lot of you very much so are um okay. So you don't want to spaz out on somebody right now. A lot of you Aries, very much so, you understand that it's the holiday season. You want to spread some holiday cheers. You're not really interested in telling somebody to go F off, right? Especially around this time. You don't want to have to do that. Uh, you will if it gets a little bit too far, but this is just someone trying to come back in and apologize to you and, you know, come around, and you Aries aren't going for that because, like it is, I said before, you Aries are like, samurais, lone samurais or Ronin when y'all are by yourselves. People don't really be checking for y'all. And who does check for you when you Aries go through a bad time? Who calls you? Who asks you, Aries, hey, what's going on? What's up? Calls you, reaches out, asks you how you doing, right? Probably no one, or a very select few of people, you know? Um, so to see someone coming back in and try to make things good and stuff like this with you and everything like that, that's a dub for you because, again, they coming in because they want something, especially around the holidays. People are more festive and giving usually, quote unquote, around this time, right? So they say. And so they coming in trying to get something from you, and a lot of you Aries are not going for it. The Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands right here represents because you're still you at the end of the day. You Aries are still doing your thing. You're not gonna allow someone to come in and G you, just tell you, hey, they need some help around this time, or act super nice to you around this time because they want something from you. No, you Aries are going to tell the person, no, no, thank you, right? But you're just going to be much more sweet about it. No pun intended. You're going to be much more, you're going to be much less straightforward about it, is what I'm trying to say. And you're going to show them mercy, right? The Temperance, mercy. You're not really going to spaz out, tell them something, because, Aries can spaz. I know because I'm an Aries moon. Aries can spaz out, right? Tell the person to shove it when where the sun don't shine. But the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands right here represents. So it is a little bit frustrating because you Aries do give them some money, a little bit, but it's not anywhere near what it is that they may want. But you tell them not to come back and ask you ever again because the answer after this will be no. So you Aries are actually spreading some holiday cheer. Even when you don't have to give, there's still a level of respect and decency and grace in you, right? A lot of times I don't have to ask. There is a level of grace within you, because that's one of the things that people end up missing, right? Especially today, is grace. They everybody wants to be rich, but at the same time they forget one of the things that kings and queens learn is how to respect life. Bet you a lot of people don't tell you that. That's one of the things that any wise king or wise queen will understand, is how to respect life. Yeah, you got a lot of power and connections, money and resources and all of that, but you have to understand how to respect life. And that if any good king or any good queen wants to make their empire last, then they have a healthy respect for life. This is the thing that a lot of people would miss. They didn't get the memo on. They want to flex and act like they're better than everybody and make other people jealous and climb the socio-economic ladder. Yeah, but kings and queens, everybody want to call themselves a queen. Everybody want to call themselves a king. Okay, but you don't. Okay, but they don't understand what kings and queens do, though. Kings and queens understand. Good ones understand how to respect life, and they're taught this when they're young, so that when they get older, they're not despotic kings or queens ready to send everybody to the guillotine simply for bumping into them on accident. If they're walking in the street, they're going to have their bodyguards around them, sure. But if a person ends up bumping into them or whatever, or maybe they go on disguise and somebody bumps into them, they have the decency to say, "Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I bumped into you. Sorry about that." And it could be one of their subjects. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that you Aries are showing royal grace, nobility. What creates nobility and king/queenship? Not sweating the small stuff, not being petty. So now you begin to understand why it is that I was saying about how you gotta let go of the small stuff. If you can, you have to learn to work through the small stuff. Why? Because the small stuff will have you thinking this when you should really be thinking this, or this when you should really be thinking this. So you basically gave them a little bit of money and you said, "Listen, go on, get out of here. But don't come back to me asking me to do anything." And then you have the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and then you have the Six of Wands here. And these three cards right here represents how you Aries, they like it. They're gonna try to come back more than likely, but the answer to that will be no. Even if it's next Christmas and next Thanksgiving, the answer to this will still be no from you Aries, because you gave it to them. Even though it was frustrating, you know what I'm saying, all they want is money, and you know that you Aries will give them a very small amount. But it's a show of nobility. There's times where I've sent, other YouTubers money because they were asking for help, donated money to them, and it wasn't much. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to make it seem as if I'm some sort of high roller, but donated a certain amount of money to them or whatever, $10. Like I said, it wasn't much. Just because they asked for help, boom. So I went ahead and helped them out. They do not have to. Some of them watch my channel. They do not have to say my name, or not say my name, but reach out in the comment section and say hi. But because it's not about that. The point that I'm trying to make here with that is showing that nobility. And the Ace of Cups, they are more attracted to you because of that. And this is part of why a lot of people are attracted to you in the first place, and much more specifically why they are attracted to you. It's your ability to not sweat the small stuff. Today's world, so many people actually do sweat the small stuff, right? The Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands right here. And somehow you Aries have learned to look through past the small stuff. This is why it is that I talk about I don't care about a lot of things, is because I understand that a lot of those things are small, meaning that they are petty. So many people in today's world care about jealousy and trying to make other people jealous and get back and get revenge and have more money and stuff like this. Because at the end of the day, they want all this amount of money. But when you really peep game and you really listen to what they have to say, they don't even be knowing what they're going to do with all that money, how to generate that money. You'll ask them, what do you even care about this money for? And truth be told, when it busts itself down, when it breaks down to the common denominator, it's about attention and making people feel jealous and trying to have other people jockey them, buying loyalty, stuff like that. So, and then you have the Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands, like I've talked about, right? And well, I've already talked about the Knight of Swords. The Six of Wands speaks to how, but you're moving forward, and this is the last thing that you will do for them. And it's kind of a sending away gift, right? Even though you didn't have to do that. It's the holidays. And then you have the Hanged Man and the Hierophant. You are not obligated to do anything else for them. But it was this, especially around the holidays, this was you giving that little money away to them was very powerful. And it spoke volumes, because on one hand, it showed that you're able to get over the grudge. On another hand, it showed that you, Aries, were able to, when someone asks for help, not saying that you're going to try to save the whole world, but every now and again you will help. You're not like totally cold. You will help. You will help people from your heart, from sincerity. And that's one of the things, like I said before, that separates you a lot from other people. And that's what makes you noble. A lot of times people think that, having decency and stuff like this is like weak. And it's like, nah, having decency is literally what makes a person have common sense. And shout outs to another person that I know from YouTube, right? She's amazing. Now, there's some things that she says in her videos that I don't particularly like or agree with, but I still respect what it is that she has to say. And but she talked about how it was a video that she made, and she talked about how it is that she asked the question as the title: is decency and respect common sense? And I saw it, and in the video, right, I had to go down to the comment section and I typed and I said, yes, it is common sense, because having decency and common sense is literally foundational sense that everything else is built on top of. It's the sturdy earth that everything else is built on top of. Because, and she talked about it, right? When you have respect for somebody and you're showing them a certain amount of compassion and love and consideration and respect, you would think that that is just basic common sense, right? But then some people don't have the common sense to look at that and say, okay, that is what it is. So what they do is that they now think that's weak and they try to disrespect you, which is stupid. But that's not what you Aries are on. You Aries are showing that there's still common sense. You're a light, quite literally, because Aries are fire signs, and fire produces light. That's what the sun is, a big ball of light, basically a big ball of fire, which produces light. Light produces heat, fire, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is that a lot of you Aries, and specifically the fire signs in general, a lot of times y'all don't be knowing the pivotal role that a lot of you fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, Leos be playing, and that y'all just be thinking that, the patience that you display with other people is for your own good. Yeah, it's for your own good, but it's also because a lot of people are dysfunctional too. And the patience is your meal ticket as to where y'all don't be knowing how it is that y'all be really affecting a lot of people in a good way. And y'all don't see it because fire doesn't see its own importance. But think about how the world would be if there was no such thing as fire. You know what I mean? So let's clarify the Hierophant. Six of Cups, coming back. Three of Wands, Ten of Wands, Ace of Swords, Four of Wands. Yeah, you're not going to give them a relationship, but you will kind of give them something, a little something out of pocket, buy them like some food, some halal food. If you, oh, New York has some of the best halal food in the world, yo. Listen, if you want to get some nice cuisine or nice food, come to New York. New York has some of that was New York for real. My pronunciation of it. New York has some of the best food in the world, some of the best pizza, Chinese food, halal food. I'm telling y'all, get it shaking, get it cracking, because basically you just showed them what it is. You just gave them a little bit of compassion and you sent them on their way. You know, even if you Aries are basically, you didn't have to, you Aries still do it because you are exhibiting your nobility. And the Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands for you Aries represents, it's nothing. It's just all in a day's work. But make no mistake about it, you're gonna get repaid that as time go on. You're gonna get repaid that. So that's it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. Right now we have 16,680. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.